Let us start about the proportion. So already we discussed the ratio. So when you come to the ratio, it is only comparing the two quantities, right? Like A is one quantity, B is one quantity. So we are doing comparing between A and B. So this come under ratio. Like one more ratio is C is to D. C is to D and A is to B are the ratios. Now when you compare the ratio, it's come under proportion. So comparing the ratios is called proportion. So A is to B, C is to D. Let us take A is to B is equals to C is to D. That means when four quantities are related, the ratio between the first and second quantity is equal to the ratio between third and fourth quantity. That means that four numbers are in proportion. So A, comma B, comma C, comma D are in proportion. So to say these four numbers are in proportion, here is the rule is first two quantities ratio should be equal to last two quantities ratio. First and second and third and fourth ratio must be equal. So this proportion is equality of two ratios. Simple thing, the equality of two ratios. Whenever two ratios are equal, those four numbers are in proportion. Okay, just remember that. Now let's see the properties in this basic thing. First one, each quantity in a proportion is called the term or its proportionality. Proportional. Each quantity in a proportion is called term. There is A, B, C, D. Four terms. Four terms are in ratio. So first two terms ratio is equal to last two terms ratio. And in the proportion, the first and last terms are called extremes. So here is if A is to B. So that means A and D. So A is to B is equals to C is to D. So first and last term A and D we can call extremes, and middle two terms that is B and C is called means. You can see the word. First and last terms are called extremes, and here with the second and third term are called means, right? And if you notice this, always product of extremes A into D is exactly equals to B into C. First and last terms product should be equal to middle. That means product of extremes is equal to product of the means. This is about the property. And fourth term is called fourth proportional and third term is called third proportional. So you can use this word. Out of these four terms, if any term is not given, we can find out. Let us see one example, then go for the continued proportion. Here is find the fourth proportion. Total four terms are in proportion. In case fourth one is missed, so find the fourth proportional of 3, 4 and 18. Right. So 3, 4, 18. Fourth proportional you have to find out. So let fourth proportional be x. That means 3, 4, 18, comma x are in proportion now. So whenever get the problems in this type, we can take fourth proportional is missed, right? So fourth proportional you can take x. If it is asking third proportional, third place you can take it as x. And according to the rule, product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. First and last product should be equal to middle. So 3 is to 4 is equals to 18 is to x. So based on that, product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. So 3 into x is equals to 4 into 18. So from this, x is equals to 4 into 18 divided by 3. So 3 take right side, cancel this. 3 is 6 18, 4 6 24. So fourth proportion is 24 now. Okay, out of 4 terms, product of the means, middle two terms product is exactly equal to first and last term. Okay, so these are the proportion. Comparing, just a proportion is equality of two ratios. Simple. Equality of two ratios. Whenever two ratios are equal, the first, second, third, fourth terms are in proportion we can use. Now let us see the concept, the continued proportion in this topic.